Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
Bro, we just showed up to do a video with Brian's lawn maintenance. Walk up and the freaking mulch is on fire in front of this property. So they called the fire department.
What up?
Is there more fire over there, bro? No. Oh, it's just that little bit?
Yeah, just that little bit.
I saw it was spreading, bro.
Yeah, with liability, you know, with liability, you gotta call.
Yeah.
Gotta call.
Let's see what Brian's got to say about this in today's episode, Shop Tour Series. Let's go. All right, bro, now we got those fires out of the way. Dude, did you see that? The mulch was on fire.
I saw the footage. That's wild.
Dude, does that happen all the time?
That's actually the second time this happened. I have no idea why, but I don't know if they get to the bottom of it.
Dude, that was funny. In this episode of Shop Tour Series, we have Brian Fullerton from Brian's Lawn Maintenance in Wixom, Michigan. Brother, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, we got 12 questions for Brian Fullerton. Number one, bro, tell me about your business. How long have you been in business? What services do you offer and for who?
Well, if you guys don't know, I am Brian, owner of Brian's Lawn Maintenance. We're based out of Wixom, Michigan. It's actually our 19th year in business. It has been a crazy journey to get this far. We do everything from lawn care, landscaping, getting into snow removal, and more every single day. And we're super pumped up about it, man. It's been going good.
Nice. Before we get into question number two, let me know in the comments below how long you've been in business, what's the name of your business, and what city and state are you from so we can read the comments and get back to you. All right, so question number two, Brian Fullerton, what's the most amount of revenue that your business or businesses have produced in a single year?
Great question. So last fiscal year, we ended up at 427. This year on a rolling 12, we'd be at about 550. But over the next 12 months, we're looking to eclipse that $1 million mark, and we're on track to do it, Kalfas. I'm really pumped up about that.
Dude, so the $1 million mark, do you think it's all it's cracked up to be, and how hard is it? Who do you have to be to get there, to change your role that you play in the business from solo guy to growing?
I think going from 300 to $1 million is probably the most challenging part for most entrepreneurs out there. At least that's been my observation. Getting to do shop tours and doing interviews with other folks across the country. I would just say you got to find great people, find great customers, and of course build a system to get you there as well. And that's really the part that we've been doing behind the scenes the last 6 to 12, maybe 18 months is putting the business system together. So once we build the system can build the business. And so that's what we're focused on right now. But of course, got to find good people, keep good people, find good customers, and keep good customers. That's all it is.
I love it, and I'm seeing him talk about this on his YouTube channel, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Let's get to question number 3. Bro, so this your pole barn, is this a blade sharpening room?
That's our dry storage room. So you guys want to come check out the Magnumatics, the blade sharpener, this is a pretty dope room.
What is this? Dude, this is for sharpening blades?
Yeah, we actually just got this in about 2 or 3 months ago. We sprung for it, made the investment. Not cheap. I did not get started with this. I wish, holy cow, I wish I would have started with this because I would have saved myself a lot of money along the way. Little plug for these guys, but you've seen the Magnumatics. And I'll tell you what, we used to sharpen blades with the angle grinders. You guys can see these. We used to sharpen with an RBG 712. And I would love to pretend that we did a good job, but if you saw the hour-long video where Garrett, the founder of Magnumatic, came over to my barn, 12 hours here, teaching me about blade sharpening techniques. It was actually one of the most amazing educational sessions about sharpening lawnmower blades, which his exact opinion was, nothing matters more with cutting grass than a perfectly sharp, squared off cutting tooth edge, if you know, you know, cutting edge for a lawnmower blade on a lawnmower, right? Because that's what cuts the grass. So like when you're trying to take care of a customer, nothing else really matters other than maybe tire pressure for the quality of a sharp lawnmower blade on your lawnmower. So he had this whole science behind all these machines. He built them from the ground up. His whole family's like 3rd-gen machinists. Anyway, I don't really care about that. I care about sharp lawnmower blades, and we go through quite a few sets. Yeah, so that's a bad lawnmower blade. I'll show you that.
It looks razor sharp though.
Well, here's the dull edge. I don't know if we can get this. This blade is toast too, by the way. That's probably why it's off. And then here's a squared off 90-degree edge. and it just makes the whole process completely idiot-proof. So we just put it on here, a couple passes back and forth. We go through, gosh, probably 60 or 70, maybe, I don't even know. How many do you think we have here, Calvis? 50, 60, 70? That's not what's counting in the trailer. And so we go through a lot of lawnmower blades, changing them out pretty often.
I've been doing lawn care since my whole life, but it was like 99, 2000. The new guys, if you put them on the rider or the stander, and they would run over stumps and run over shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had a job back then, and the boss, he'd be like, why does the blade look like a question mark?
Yeah.
Because the whole thing would be bent.
Here's our 72-inch blades. You can see this. Look at that. Not to nerd out about lawn care, but and sharp lawnmower blades, but I'm telling you, like, look at that point. So if you guys want the Cliff Note version, the perfect 90-degree cutting tooth is what cuts the grass, not this center section. Believe it or not, this is a marketing gimmick. Not gonna say what brand came up with this a long time ago, but nothing matters more than the point, the angle, and then the balance. So I did a whole hour and like 10-minute long video with
Can I put a link below?
You can check it out, you can plug it.
To that video.
If you want some real education, want to really nerd out and get good at your craft, watch that video. There's probably not a more important video you can watch besides that video if you want beautifully cut grass.
I'll put the link below to that video. That was dope. So, Brian, question number 3, brother. I know why I named my business, but how did you come up with the name of Brian's Lawn Maintenance, and what was the thinking behind it?
So I actually, like I said, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. And before that, I had a business back in the day when I was like 12, 13 years old, like a lot of you guys. And it was called Brian's Lawn Care. So when I was 19 and I decided to get back into the business, I went to the local county clerk's office right over there in Pontiac, the 1200 building, if you know, you know. And I went over there and filled out all the paperwork for Brian's Lawn Care. And the lady said, well, unfortunately, honey, that name's already taken. And I said, well, that's exciting, so what else do I do? She goes, well, come up with another name. And for me, that's a 45-minute drive and commitment to go into Pontiac to do that. So I had to figure this out while I was there. And short story long, she goes, well, what about Brian's Lawn Maintenance? And so that was available. I had no thought, no intention, no direction, you know, coming up with my name. Like so many of you guys are all thoughtful and perfect, and I super applaud you guys for that. For me, it was Brian. We did lawn maintenance. It was Brian's Lawn Maintenance. It wasn't much more fancy than that. And that's what stuck. I would love to change the name, but we have 19, almost 20 years of like legacy, SEO, brand recognition, all that kind of stuff. So it is a name that I'm pretty committed to long-term, as we even decide to grow into a much larger outfit. So there you go.
Mine's a simpler answer. I wasn't licensed and insured or registered or anything. They're like, who we make the check out to? I was like, Kelfus. I just needed money, bro. So, all right, let's go to the next question. Man, I see that you've done a rebrand recently with all your business, social media and everything. It's popping, bro. It's like really stands out. It looks great. Question number 4. So a lot of people watch your videos, millions and millions of views, and people have come up to me personally in my city and say, bro, I've seen you and Brian's Lawn Maintenance, and his videos have helped me so much. Can you tell a quick little story of someone else's testimonial that your videos have impacted their life and their business?
Wow. I mean, one of the most recent ones was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine named Shane, and he was watching some videos about how to bid and price commercial sites, and really the game behind bidding commercial work. As we look to reposition our business over the last year or two and into the next 10 years, focusing more on commercial work, we've really had to learn how the game of commercial work is bid, price, estimated. It's completely different than residential, which is where I got my start in the business, right? A lot of residential work. Throw a good number at a customer, a good profit margin, you know, you have that nice high touch, and you think you're just gonna land the plane and walk into a nice check. Doesn't exactly work like that with commercial. It's very opposite, very cutthroat, strict margins. It's a different kind of game that's played. Well, I kind of cracked the code on that for my own business journey the last 3 or 4 months, and we're still a student. We're still trying to figure this thing out and put Humpty Dumpty together, right? Well, one thing that I learned over the last couple of months was the bidding and pricing structure, and how you really only get one opportunity to make the best first impression with commercial as you get bid against, right? So anyway, we cracked the code. We were starting to learn a couple different things. I was sharing in our private Facebook group how to do so, and my friend Shane said, hey, I was able to salvage with what you taught what would have been $100 grand worth of accounts. We salvaged it with $30,000 for maintenance only backfill the other $60,000 to $70,000 worth of work. If I didn't know how to come back in at the floor and backfill and upsell everything else that the client was going to want anyway, I never would have got not only that 30 grand, but the 100 grand that he was able to secure. And so little stories like that, my gosh, like thank God I've been paying attention. Thank God other great people are putting out good content that I consume all the time on YouTube and podcasts. But then to learn, understand, give that back to the next guy as soon as I'm learning it, pouring it back out to the community. It just feels tremendous when you know that another dude out there who I've only met once or twice, I have no financial vested interest in his business success necessarily, right? But to have his family now have an extra 100 grand of revenue come into his business, my gosh, like that'll keep you going for a couple of days for sure.
Dude, that's really cool. That's amazing.
And that's one story of many, many others that we've been blessed for. So it's been awesome.
Bro, I love it. And the Entrepreneur Academy.
Yes, coming soon.
You're doing it this year?
Tickets going to be,
what year?
Tickets going to be, this is year 6th or 7th? I don't know.
You started 2019.
2019, so what would that be? This would be 6. I don't even know how many times we've been doing this. It's taken on a life of its own. I go to our own event, I'll tell you that.
7th.
Is it our 7th year?
Yeah.
We should fact check this. I don't even know. 7 years, 350 plus people. Novi, Michigan is coming November 8th this year. Thanks for letting me plug that. You didn't ask. I didn't ask to do that.
Dude, his academy is incredible.
It's going to be good.
The vibration of the people that come, and they're like, it's.
Shane will be there. All you guys will be there.
There's people that make decisions at the Entrepreneur Academy that changes their life forever. At that academy, you got to be there.
Yeah, I'm thinking of my friend Dylan Stevenson. He came 2019. He was working part-time in his business. He was working full-time at GFS, driving a food truck. And that winter, he quit his job. That spring, he went all in. I think he made 80 or 100 grand his first full-time year in business. Dylan's on track right now. Hope Dylan watches this video. He's on track to do it probably $500,000 to $1 million. I think 750 he was saying, 700,000, 750,000 this year. He's going to be right at $1 million too. And yeah, he made the decision to go full-time at LAL.
If you're watching this right now and you're trying to get your business off the ground, and you're sitting on the fence, that's going to be you.
Thank you.
That's you.
I will just say the Know Your Worth talk that this guy has done, that he's put on YouTube a couple of times and on the podcast, that was 2019. One of the best talks ever.
I'll put the link below to it.
Still remember it to this day. Freaking amazing. So you've spoken a couple of times. He's humble, but you usually come and rock the show.
Thank you. Let's get to question number 5.
I created a group called the Untrapped Alliance where we go live every other Wednesday night in a controlled environment. I'm sick of scrolling on social media. I'm sure you are too. Let's get focused on our businesses. We already started the group, so if you join at keithkalfas.com/alliance, you can get access to the replays. And the bonus is we're gonna have special guest experts who run multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. They're gonna come on and teach us how to do sales, marketing, persuasion, close higher ticket jobs. These are people who got their shit together. And I'm really excited to have them on. Go to keithkalfas.com/alliance. I'll see you on the Wednesday night call. Let's go.
All right, question number 5, Brian. What is the #1 organizational strategy you found that works the best in your business?
Well, there's a lot that goes into where we're at so far. And not only what we're doing today, it's totally different than what we were doing just 12, 18 months ago with a different size company, a couple different employees running around now. Things have changed dramatically, right? And as we continue to grow, I can see those systems evolving and changing even more. Like, for example, when you're trying to punch in timesheets, whether you're using an app, whether you're using a timesheet app, well, it used to work with me just being in the truck, verifying, hey, my guy who's running the trimmer, he's with me. All right, you're getting paid when I say we're starting. Versus today, we got employees dispatching and rolling out. You got to use different apps and software to have them log in, right? So systems continue to change as your business continues to grow. Pretty straightforward, right? Well, one of the things that has been a huge hit for me is our lev rack and our pallet racking system. And I know it sounds kind of simple. I mean, yes, there's software that we've used, the trailers are more organized, but when we're actually talking about the shop and the barn and the building that we're in right now, one of the things that I absolutely wanted was to make sure we had room for storage and going up vertically. Because I don't know if you guys can relate about running your business out of storage lockers. Some of you guys have seen our YouTube channels over the years, and you know that every extra year that I was in business, every about 100 grand of business I continued to grow, it seemed like I kept adding another storage locker to go with it. which was fine. But you know, when you have 4 or 5
renting out storage units.
Totally,
Which is a great way to start. Though.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we did. We continued to grow and scale 100 grand per year, and I kept getting 10 by 10 storage units. So I had 4 up to 5 at some points, sometimes 6 unofficially, but just kidding. And we would continue to just use more space. Well, when I built the barn, I wanted to build it high enough where I could put some pallet racking. Now, this is only a 14 high sidewall building, but nonetheless, if you got like an 18 or 20 foot side building, you can always put 2, if not 3 tiers of pallet racking, which is phenomenal. And you can get most of this stuff pretty cheap. Like the pallet racking that we have across from us, Calfas, that was $1,300 or $1,400 used on Facebook. We spent about $300-400 to paint it, and then we put it all together like that in just a couple of hours. This whole system behind me, though, was a big dream of mine. I saw a lot of shops and barns. It's called a lev rack system. So you've got shelves that always face out to you, just kind of look messy and kind of look cumbersome. They just kind of look frayed. It just doesn't look super organized. And if you've ever been to like a doctor's office that has like the medical, files that they turn the big wheel and this whole thing like moves up and down, it's kind of like that, but without the wheel, it's on rollers. So we've got different cubbies for different needs. We got some on this side, we got some on that side, but that way nothing's looking all crazy. By the way, I need your guys' thoughts. Should we like put like a logo or something on this? I know a lot of guys do that with like their logo. So I thought maybe getting like a black stencil on this would be pretty dope. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think or if you guys have done that. But in this one, we've got just extra cans, filters, hand tools, tarps. We got some seeding product, some spraying product, nothing crazy. And then on the other side, we've got like hitches, uniforms, the whole deal's over on that side. But I love this Calfas because it's just clean, it's organized, and the best part, it hangs. So
this entire thing is called a lev rack system.
Yeah, this levitating rack, I guess, I don't know. But there you go, and then up top we've got tires, we've got all kinds of stuff. We just organize and clean it all up. Up top we've got extra pallets, yard signs, just a little bit of everything, man. It's pretty cool. This is way ridiculously expensive for what it is, but I like it, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. We cheaped out and got regular pallet racking and then spent like $500, like I said, to paint it.
Yeah,
so that's not too bad. Yeah, this stuff right here. And we got a little spray gun, right? A little commercial spray gun. It's like $200 or something at Home Depot. And I think we spent more on paint than we did for the actual spray gun. But you see this finish, this like kind of like gray marble? Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the guys that I follow, and I know that you have got the opportunity to interview Calfas, they're all about brand. And so having like the tacky, like kind of pinkish red and teal pallet racking or orange and teal pallet racking, just kind of tacky, it's kind of ugly. And it doesn't take much time.
So it just looks like Home Depot shelves or something? It's
just off the rack, off the shelf. It's not terrible, but whether you do it a gray or black or put it on brand, with your colors, it's just something different. It just shows a little bit more pride in what you're doing. Is it gonna churn revenue for you? No. But is it something that just looks aesthetically a lot better and keeps the whole place looking copacetic? Yeah, yeah, I like it. So it was worth the investment, so I like it. But the pallet racking, we've got our salters on top. I used to see guys with their salters and their equipment parked underneath and up above. So this has been a huge blessing for us. And again, just more space. I only had so much space for the barn, but by able to go up, we're able to get that much more space and use out of the building.
I like it's also a good culture thing because you have employees come, if everything's nasty and there's like paint peeling and unorganized versus nice and organized, then it's a nice place to work too.
Try to keep it clean. That side's lawn and landscape, this side's snow, and both sides are just continuing to grow, as you guys know how it goes.
Let's get to question number 6.
Sweet.
So before we get to question number 6, dude, you got a workout gym up there, but I just saw all this.
Yeah, this is our catch-all. I have no idea what all this is right now. The guys put it all here for whatever reason. So it's all of our, we have our chainsaw, our pull saw. We've got a couple old Redmax 260 TS, HEZ 2460 Redmax, 260 TS Redmax, Echo 2620s, a 94 or maybe a 111, 2420, on the hedge.
One of my favorite weed whips of all time, we call it a weed whip, is a Redmax, bro, because of the way it's balanced.
I agree. It'd be nice if they lasted longer than 2 seasons, though. Redmax, I love you. Husqvarna, I love you. I kid.
Question number 6, Brian. What's something you know now that you wish you knew in the beginning?
Wow. One thing I wish I knew now that I wish I knew in the beginning.
That you know now that you wish you knew.
That I know now? Johnny on the spot, bro. I wish I had a better handle on understanding how like money works. Just cash flow, what to focus on, what to prioritize on, the language of like business, finance. I did not know any of that. I was a like you said, off the street myself, just a trailer park kid. So I didn't know like anything about anything when it came to business, banking, borrowing, finances, credit cards, interest rates, EBITDA, any of this stuff. That would have helped me have a much more mature conversation as I tried to borrow more money, because if you're gonna grow, there's a 90% chance you're gonna borrow to grow. I'm all about being debt-free personally, but in business, I like a little bit of an accelerated course and use leverage, quote unquote, to do it. But for example, I was just talking to a business banker not but 2 weeks ago, and we were talking back and forth, and we were struggling to get approved on a couple new pieces of equipment. And I was challenged in a good way, saying, well, the numbers just don't line up. And I said, well, that's just not true. If you do this, this, and this, and you add back in this, this, and that, I said, we should be able to qualify, no problem. And he ran it back, came back not even a half hour later, he goes, wow. He goes, actually, I'm really glad you brought that up. We didn't even notice that. Not only do you qualify, we're actually able to get you these extra rates, this extra money, working line of capital, working line of credit, vehicle equipment credit. It came back like, instead of not getting what we wanted, we were able to get like 5 times as much. And if I didn't understand what he was saying to me, and I could understand the language of business and then regurgitate that back to him and say, no, X, Y, Z, PDQ, then I would, not only I would be distraught and upset because I need the cash to grow, but now we have the opportunity to acquire that much more equipment, line of credit for operating expenses, working capital that we can grow into and really help propel us to $1 million, if not even $2 million with what we should be able to get access to. So like, wish I would have knew today, back then, like what I know today. It's how like the game of business is done and how financing and cash flow work and credit and all this stuff. It was a complete enigma to me. I went down all like the rabbit holes the last 15 years of like the personal finance books, still learning every single day, to be honest with you guys, but understanding income statements, balance sheets, basis, financing, credit, all that kind of stuff, like leverage, debt to income ratios, like all that stuff really, really matters when you're trying to grow, especially over 200, 300, 400 grand.
That's a humble man who's a student. If there's anything he said, pause the video, go back, words, look up the word and screenshot it, EBITDA. Go look up all that stuff and learn. This dude grew up in a trailer park. So did I.
I didn't know any of those definitions, dude, 36 months ago, let alone 19 years ago, bro. So if we can do it, I promise you all you guys can do it. And half of you guys already know half of that stuff, but Kelfis and I come from a little bit further back.
Let's go to question number 7. Question number 7, this is one of my favorite. Brian, what's the number one piece of advice you would give to somebody who's just starting out in their service business?
It's the whole, your trust takes decades to build and you can also destroy it in an instant. If I can give anybody a suggestion just starting out, like your success is going to be predicated on building strong relationships, people that know you, like you, and as we all say, trust you. But my gosh, you have to deliver and you have to build a reputation on delivering. Like for me personally, when we're signing up a new account or we're talking to a new commercial client, we're promising the world to these guys, right? My guys know that when we pick up a new client, we have to be perfect that first day, that first visit. In fact, we just picked up a new commercial account and I said, of the whole list that we have going on, and we're behind today because it's a holiday today, or yesterday, so we're technically behind the whole route a day. The whole route is gonna wait because we're gonna get that new client started right and wow them the very first day when we sold them last week, Thursday, Friday, that we're gonna start this upcoming week. So we have to build trust. We have to build that relationship. Everything matters on that.
Delivering on promises.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Jason Cromley, Hidden Creek, $25 million plus company over in Ohio. He said, if you wanna get to $1 million, do good work, deliver the results, and be customer focused, be customer oriented. And it seems so simple, but I feel like somewhere after about 150 to 200 grand in revenue, everything goes out the window mentally because you're just trying to manage all this stuff that's going on. And you forget, dude, at the end of the day, the lawns have to get cut, the snow has to get plowed. Like that's the actual product. Not worrying about your systems and your payroll and your software and all the stuff that we watch all day long on YouTube. Like the lawns have to get cut every week on time. The snow has to get put from here to there. And again, like many people make a very simple business very complicated, but as we've continued to grow, I'm trying to keep that, customer experience the number one thing that we stay focused on. And my guys know that too right now. If you pulled in anywhere out of a cold, REM sleep at 3 in the morning, you say, what's the number one thing? Delivering what we say we're gonna do with our business right now as we're on the pursuit to $1 million. So, yeah, there you go.
So good, so good. Enough said. Think about that. Let's go to question number 8. Brian, what's your next short-term goal?
My next short-term goal is to make it through Q2 with growth in revenue for lawn maintenance, but really put ourselves in a position to drop the hammer with new videos, new website, and new promoted videos, boosted videos to start acquiring snow. So Q1 was get out the door, finish up strong with snow. Q2 was have my baby that my wife and I are having, and make sure that we resecure all the lawn care work that we had from last year. Q3 and Q4 is where we're really going to find the growth opportunity with what we're doing, and we're about to drop the hammer on selling crazy amounts of snow. It's going to be good.
Oh, he's going deeper in the snow game.
Well, snow is how we're going to get to $1 million over a rolling 12 months. So we had 4 times the growth with our snow work in Q1 compared to last year Q1. 2 folds of that. One is doing the revenue and bringing that work in-house, but also the growth of snow that we've had for Brian's Lawn Maintenance in general. So long story short, super pumped up about exploding our snow business over the next 6 months. It's gonna be really good.
I know a guy who does just snow. So the summer is his time off and he's deep in the snow game.
Yeah.
And he calls it, you wanna know where the money's at in snow? He says it's the inconvenient money. I don't know what he meant by that, but I know they'll go to like Minnesota and do crazy shit. Hey, let's roll right into question number 8. What's your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious, long-term goal?
Ooh, I would say get the $10 to $20 million in revenue for the company. Nice. Run a solid like 16% plus profit. Anywhere from 15 to 20 I'd be happy with. I'd say the big BHAG, big hairy audacious goal, right, is get to that $10 to $20 million mark. That is so big and so grand outside of what I even believe maybe that we could do. I know I can chisel out 3 to 5 million. I for whatever reason, like I have that number in my brain. But when you start talking about 7, 10, 15, 20 plus million, that gets me a little nervous. If you said 50 million, there's no way I'd believe you right now, but that's why I'm trying to hang out with all you guys watching and all the big, dogs that we keep getting to hang out with and interviewing with, and they really stretch your brain, really stretch your dream to believe that that's achievable. And I don't think everybody is set up to do that or necessarily could do it. I think anybody could if they wanted to, but let's be real, taking a couple $100 grand home at the end of the day with a decent size $2 to $4 million business is a pretty healthy lifestyle for most of us. But I'd say the BHAG would be north of 10 million, bro.
Nice, bro.
Let's go.
2 more questions. Question number 9. Brian, bro, when's the time you really messed up and how did you handle it?
Like how bad? Like what kind of messed up? Like relationally, financially?
How I normally ask this question, I go, when's the time you really messed up? And how'd you handle it?
You got a nice bug on your arm there, Kalfas.
These are stink bugs, man. They're cool.
Flick them into the next world.
I don't know, man. What comes to mind, bro?
I think one of the things that I have messed up over the years is not keeping talent that I should have built a bigger business to retain. My first 16 plus years doing this thing, we were owner operator, small business, me and a couple of guys. But the couple of guys that I always had were always awesome dudes. I never have really had anybody quit the business, get fired or quit. People have just kind of graduated from the business, right? Kids go back to college, or usually I get a kid for 2 years, and then his junior, senior year, he'd do a co-op or a internship. And I'd say, hey, you got to get out of here, go do your big boy job. And then, they go get their 30, 40, 50 grand a year job in corporate America, which is totally fine. But man, there's some great talented young kids that I should have gave a career path at my company. And over the years, there's definitely a short list of 4, 5, 6 guys that I could riddle off their names that had great potential. And I know what they're doing today. It's actually just a lateral of what they'd be making and doing what we're doing, which is wild. They all get sold the dream in college. Hey, you're going to get out, make 80, 90, 100, $200,000 a year. But man, like, not everybody's looking for that. Not everybody needs that. Nobody wants that, 40 hours a week, a decent job where they're appreciated, respected, they're able to express themselves in, and making 40, 50, 60, 70 grand a year. Like, that's a solid setup for anybody. I mean, that's a solid job by any stretch of the imagination. And we can offer that now with my company and with where we intend to go. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't keep the good people around me that were with me for the season that I had them. But other than that, I haven't really made a bunch of tremendous mistakes, like financially or relationally, praise the Lord. I don't think I really got out of my comfort zone much either, though. I didn't lose big because I never really played big.
Dang, bro, you be spitting some fire right now.
It sounds good and saying it out loud now, but probably could have had 10 times more of everything if I would have played a little bit bigger in my 20s. But hey, there's no redos, there's no do-overs. I'll make my 30s and 40s count. That's all you can do.
100%. Love it, bro. Bro, I saw this in a video. You did a short. What is this?
This is our new Bobcat L28. Absolutely love this thing. Small articulating loader. And we picked this up, about 2 months ago. It's been a game changer for us.
Wait, I saw the video. You were moving mad mulch with it.
Yeah,
fast, bro.
We've probably moved about 200 yards of mulch. We got another probably 100, 150 plus on the books. We need to not have it be as rainy the last couple of weeks here in Michigan, but this is our new baby, and then we got it wrapped with the Dirty Graphics wrap. We're going hard on the paint for the branding this year, so it's our new baby. I love it, the guys love it, and hey, another little write-off for the business, right? Keep it going.
This thing is solid. So, question number 11. Money aside, what do you love most about getting to do what you do, bro?
I think if you have grown the business more than just, your 20, 30, 50, 80 residential accounts and the same old, you start learning new skills, and there can be new jobs that you get to tackle and try. And my guys and I, like right now, we love experimenting. We're very focused on who we are, what our customer is, and what we're doing. But we really love the opportunity to do it on different job sites, but also just develop different skill sets too. Like some of my guys like lighting, other guys like welding, some of my guys want to get their CDL. Like there's just so much stuff you can do in the business. So you can develop your different skills, try different pieces of equipment, expand into, like, if you want to pivot away from just maintenance alone or just pruning alone or mulching alone, and you want to get into pavers or lighting or mosquito spraying, like you can do something different. And I think that's one of the best parts about the business. I think outside of that and trying new things all the time, it is still the oddly satisfying, cut grass, a fresh mulched bed, a new retaining wall, all that kind of stuff. For me personally, it's like the chaos of snow. Just seeing like a snow-covered parking lot, you're like just going out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nobody there, it's quiet, the wind is just whipping around, the snow flurries, maybe got a couple parking lot lights, that's about it. And you're just there listening to a podcast or some 80s rock, music, and moving snow from here to there, maybe finding the curb once in a while along the way. But I love plowing snow. The guys have really turned on to liking salting, because it's quick and it's fun and it's just fast-paced environment. So snow's a way different beast and animal, but yeah, I think that's what, I think the results, the satisfaction of what we're doing, and then just always learning and trying something new.
You know one thing I love most about Brian? Well, there's a question. What do experts get paid for? Their perspective. He has a perspective that when he talks, I'm listening, because your business is like a dream and then it becomes a nightmare, and but then what about the stuff that you really loved? That you really loved about the business, and then your business becomes a toy, it becomes fun. So he's saying that he has that perspective that this can be fun.
It's still fun.
Is it fun?
It's still fun. I was out there just on Friday with the guys mowing, and I jumped on trimmer and somebody said on Instagram, oh, it's awesome when the boss grabs the trimmer first and not the mower. And I said, I'm not anybody's boss. I'm just one of the guys, part of the team. And I love trimming. I'd rather trim than mow. So that's always fun. I have no problem jumping on a shovel or jumping on a truck. Is that my job, my role, my responsibility? No. But when we got to play catch up or get something done or pull ahead so we can get some more landscape jobs done, yeah, you betcha. If I didn't like what I do, Kelfus, I wouldn't do it anymore. 19 plus years, man. I still love cutting grass.
Fire, bro. Okay, now we get the final question. Shh, come over here.
Hey guys, so this is a little outro. Kelfus didn't ask me to do this, but I took his camera, like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment down below. You guys know how it helps the algorithm. Get this video to like 1 million views. Not for me, for Kelfus, bro. This guy has put, what, 1,500 plus videos out there on YouTube. The dude's been pouring out his soul for freaking 10, 11, 12 years, whatever it is now, since the Untrapped podcast, the Untrapped YouTube channel, whatever, the landscaping employee trap, that's what the name used to be. Now it's Keith Kelfus. But dude, this guy pours out his heart and soul. Leave a comment down below, would you? Just let him know that you guys love him, how much you're grateful for him, myself included. I would not even exist on YouTube if it wasn't for that guy inspiring me to get my channel started, what, 10 plus years ago? All right, that's all we got.
Question number 12, the final question for Brian Fullerton. Man, this one is, it's a deep question, bro. You ready?
I think I hope so.
Ready?
Oh boy.
Ready? Remember that time at the event I went behind you and I picked you up on my back?
Yeah.
And then after he's like, whoa, I feel like I need a cigarette. It's funny. All right, question number 12 is, well, you'd have to see the clip, it was funny.
Remember that time when I called you like 7, 8 years ago and I said, hey, you don't know me, but I know you. And I know you're doing Saturday quotes. I think it was like a Friday. And I left a voicemail. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this YouTube thing. I have like 1,000 subscribers, but I'm gonna come and hang out with you tomorrow. Can I come hang out with you tomorrow? Give me a shout. It's your biggest fan, Stan. And I hung up. And then you actually called me back and you're like, Brian's all maintenance. I know who you are. You're awesome, man. You got a great YouTube channel. I don't think Kelfus knew who I was, but he's like, why don't you come hang out? And that's when we did the how to price a landscape job video. It got like 100,000 views,
Bro.
which was like big deal YouTube 8 years ago. So thanks for answering the call. Now we're friends sitting on my truck at my house.
Much respect to you, brother.
Thanks for taking the call. Thanks for answering the call.
Question number 12, how can everybody find you, bro? What are your tags and handles on social media and your podcast, everything?
I'm really easy to find. Brian's All Maintenance on YouTube, Brian's All Maintenance on Instagram, Fullerton Unfiltered podcast.
How many downloads you got on the podcast?
I'm not sure.
You gotta have 3 million, no?
It's like three and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fullerton Unfiltered, Apple, Spotify, everywhere?
Everywhere podcasts are found. It's been pretty awesome, man. We have probably 800, I don't even know, 800 episodes. It's going really good. I think I host it. You should come check it out. It's a good time.
Good for you, bro.
I don't really track every number these days. I'm very grateful and excited and thankful for every stat. But I went really hard on YouTube for about 5 or 6 years, and that's all that mattered. And, you know, because it was like making the lawn care community proud. And we did, and I felt like I did too. But the last like 2 or 3 years, I really just tried to put out like real content that's not so much about subscribing and how many views. It's just like really making an impact. So since then, the channel, of course, 2-3x'd. It's funny what happens when you stay real and stay authentic. Mm-hmm. But it's been going really good. I'm very grateful for everything and everyone. I am definitely a product of every video you've ever made and everybody else that's ever made a video, man. So it's been really, really good. I can't believe that it's taken this long to have you on out here to the casa, but holy cow, thank you so much for coming. It's been great.
Are you feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, bogged down? I know how you feel. I've been running my landscaping business 13 years, and one of the #1 things that helped me was Jobber software. It freed up so much time because everything became digital on my phone. Billing, invoicing, payment collection, you could do it all with Jobber. If you want to try a totally free trial of Jobber software for 2 weeks and get a huge discount with my exclusive link, go to getjobber.com/Kelfus. Just go there and click the link below. Try it. You'll love it.
Hey, I hope you liked the show. And if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.